Here's a little spooky, scary skeletons, just to show you what we're about to learn. Spooky, scary skeletons and shiver down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. Only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. That's one verse and the bridge. It's going to be a lot of bar chords, but they're all the same pretty much. They're all really, really similar. So stick around, learn how to play this awesome Halloween tune, Spooky, Scary Skeletons. All right, for Spooky, Scary Skeletons, there are 6 chords. I'm going to show you how to, some of these you're already going to be familiar with, but I'm going to show you a different way of doing some of them to make it easy to transition from one chord to the next, because it moves kind of quick. So we're going to start off with a G, and I know that most of the time we all do G like this. But for this particular song, let's start off with a bar chord G. All you're going to do is put your pointer finger across the 2nd fret, put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then put your ring finger, stretch it across to the 4th fret of the G string. It doesn't matter if you have a low G or a high G for this particular song. We're just going to be doing chords, so it all work out. So another way of looking at this is if you play a B minor like that, just add that finger, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. And that's the only difference, all right? All right, so that is a bar chord G in the first position. The next chord is a F sharp. Don't lift up your fingers, just shift them all down. All the notes are going to shift down, 1 fret each. That's an F sharp, right? So you have the G, move all 3 fingers down, make sure all 4 strings are ringing out, and that is an F sharp. All right. The next chord is a B flat. I'm sorry, a B minor. So you go right, you move all your fingers right back up again, and sort of like I just demonstrated, just lift your middle finger, and all of a sudden you're playing a B minor. That's the whole, every single verse is just G, F sharp, B minor, B minor. And I'm lifting up my middle finger. I don't know if the video you can see that or not, but it's G once, F sharp once, and then lift your middle finger, B minor, B minor. Now there are more difficult, interesting strums. We're not going to get to that just yet. We're just going to do one strum of each. G, F sharp, B minor, B minor. Right? And that's all you do. After that B minor, you're going back to the G. So all you do is put your middle finger back down on the 3rd fret of the A string. And if you want to, you can release the pressure after each strum. You don't have to hold it down the whole time. Release the pressure each time. Like that. You can release the pressure. Now these are bar chords, obviously, so it's going to wear your hand out if you're not used to doing bar chords. I recommend that you practice it a little bit at a time, maybe several times over the day, and just get your hands strengthened up and also your muscle memory used to doing a G like this, you know. But that is, every verse is going to be just like that. Now for the bridge, I'm not really sure if this is the bridge, but it is the only other section in the whole song, but it doesn't really sound like a chorus. we're going to start off with the D, but we're going to end on that B minor at the end of the verse. But for a D, we're going to stay right here, leave your pointer finger across the 2nd fret. We're going to lift our ring finger and then add our pinky on the 5th fret of the Giant Cockroaches Eat Apples A string, the one that's closest to the floor, if that helps you at all. All right, so we're going from a B minor to a pinky D. That's what I call it for my students, pinky D. Now, the next thing we're going to do is an A, and I know that our brains are like, just do an A like this. But watch this. If you go back to the original shape of that G and F sharp and move it up this way because the notes are getting higher, right? That is an A in the 2nd position. So G, that's where we're starting out. G sharp, A. So we're starting with that D, and then make that shape, move it up to A. Now, the reason why we'd want to do that is now we're going to go to back to the G chord. So all you have to do is move it down 2 again. All right. So it's D, A, G, G. Now watch this for the E minor. All I'm going to do is lift this finger up, move it 1 string closer to the floor, and now it's an E minor. Now technically, this note right here is not part of an E minor. So if you want, you can move the finger back a little bit, and just so it's barely touching the string, it'll mute it, and that way you have the E minor chord ringing out, right? I usually just let it ring out because I'm moving so fast, people aren't really going to notice that note being not part of the E minor chord. Sometimes on a low G, it does ring out a little bit stronger and more noticeable, but on a high G, it doesn't really, but you can just do whatever you want. But just don't reconfigure your whole hand to make an E minor. You could do that, but it's easier just to keep it like that because after that E minor, we're going right back to the G and then back to the E minor. So it's easier just to do that, right? And then for that last one, we're going back to the F sharp just for 1 quick strum. You just put your finger back, move it back down 1. All right. All right, so let's go all the way back to the beginning of the verse. We're going to go over the verse again, and then we're going to go over the chorus, or the bridge, whatever it is. All right, so we're going to start off with that G. We're just do 1 strum per chord, all right? Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. Shake and shudder in surprise when you hear those zombies shriek. Now we're going to go to the D. This is the bridge part or whatever. Leave your pointer finger there. Add your pinky on the 5th fret. We're so sorry, skeletons. You're so misunderstood. Move just your ring finger. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. 'Cause spooky, scary skeletons shout with shrilling scream, sneak from their sarcophagus and just won't let you be. All right, here's the 2nd bridge part. Spirits supernatural, they're shy, what's all the fuss? Bag of bones seems so unsafe, it's semi-serious. Spooky, scary skeletons are simple just the same. Smile and scramble slowly by and drive you so insane. Now I changed the strumming pattern, but you guys can still do. Spooky, scary skeletons are silly just the same. Smile as they scramble slowly by and drive you so insane. The only thing that changes about the verses is in the very last verse, it stretches out that last line. So let's do the last verse. Sticks and stones will break your bones, they seldom let you snooze. Spooky, scary skeletons will wake you with a boo. And that's the whole song. And that's a lot on your hand if you're not used to bar chords. But give it a shot. And if you have any questions, let me know. But this is a fun one. I'm not really even sure where it came from. I found it on the internet years ago when my son was in elementary school, and I played it ever since. Nursing homes love it. I play it at bars and restaurants. People love this one. So have fun. Happy Halloween.